and welcome to Friday Night Lights Week 5, the week where teams start to solidify their case in the standings, only making things more interesting from here. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexis Bass.
And I'm Daniel Chiarelli. They say you never get the same football team week after week, and now we only have a few unbeaten teams left around here, so let's get right to the action. The Lumberjacks took on the Proctor Rails for their homecoming game. Proctor still looking for that first win on the season, but honestly, they're going to have to look to next week. Cloquet's first possession of the game, junior running back Aiden Nelson goes off on the rails, off the tracks. 55 yards later, he scores the touchdown, and it's 7-0 Cloquet. Second quarter, Rails looking to get on the board, but not if cornerback Darren Lefebvre has anything to say about it. He snags the ball away from the receiver, bringing the ball right back to his offense. And the Lumberjacks up the lead, score now 14-0 with less than 2 to go in the half. Quarterback James Wilmot looking for the one, and he finds him. Number 1 senior Jack Battaglia in the end zone. Cloquet brings home the win on their homecoming game in shutout fashion, 49-0.
Oh, goodness, have some mercy. Well, just right down the street was a big old party in the USA over on the east side of town, the home of the Greyhounds, who played host to the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, both sitting at 500 on the season. We come to you towards the end of the second quarter. It's a lot to little Grand Rapids, and after East is called off sides, they pay for it here. Douglas Jefferson comes down the sideline for a big gain. New Rapids first down, just shy of the goal line. So on second and goal, a little tush-push action will get the job done to put the visitors up 27-8. But you better believe the home team was ready to do some home cooking. In the first drive after the recess bell, Joe Sylvester comes out of the pocket and slings it center field to a wide open Landon Bowman, and the Hounds are hype as they should be. So much so that they don't give Alexis enough time to make her way down the field. She picks up her camera as Virgil Brown zips on by to haul in the Hounds' second touchdown of the night. It's now 27-14. He's got the touchdown there, don't you worry. But on Rapids' very next drive, they too truck down the field. Oliver Spann hands it off to Jake Ellinger. Oh, snap, spin moving. Catch me if you can, Hounds can't. So Grand Rapids makes it a 20-point game at the end of the third quarter. And the Thunderhawks wouldn't stop there, going on to win this one 47-14 over Duluth East.
And tonight's game of the night features 2 powerhouse teams from Section 7 AAA, but 2 teams heading in different directions. ESCO sitting at an unfamiliar 2-2 on the season, while the Agates from 2 Harbor, well, they were looking to cement themselves at the top of the section. And the Agates also made it known early that, hey, they're not messing around tonight. Freshman Tate Nelson shredding through ESCO's line, and he is gone. So gone, there's not even an ESCO player in the picture. 70-yard touchdown, only 20 seconds into this one. They'll add the extra point to go up 7-0. So now we fast forward to 3 minutes left in the first half. The sun is set, but not on the Agates offense. Cooper Nelson this time, getting the handoff, finding that hole to run through for the score. They double their lead to 14-0. But we know ESCO, they're not going down without a fight, especially not Graham Hartlieb. See trucks into the end zone. ESCO gets their first points of the night. The Agates do block that extra point, so it's 14-6. Later in the second half, it's quarterback Jacob Carpenter on the keeper. That's right, he's a quarterback making those moves, hitting the juke button on his controller. ESCO players all left behind. He goes 64 yards for another big score. 2 Harbor stretches the lead to 26-13. 2 Harbors, well, they keep picking up the wins like they're Agates on the lake shore. They take the win 55-26 over ESCO.
Oh, I love rocks. Next up, the red-hot Denfeld Hunters traveling down the interstate to North Branch to take on the Vikings, who have won their last 3. Hunters' first possession, quarterback Lee Brooks lets it rip. He finds a speedy Kalijah Thomas in stride. The sophomore takes it to the house. From 67 yards out, puts Denfeld up early, 6-0, but North Branch would not back down. It's the QB keeper as Jacob Roblard runs up the right side and gets help with a Denfeld block. This puts the Vikings up 14-6 after one. Hunters now down 15, looking to make it a 1-score game before halftime. Brooks throws into double coverage, and it's picked off with just seconds left in the half. North Branch could just be content running the clock out. Suddenly, there's a convoy. Junior fullback Brody Mitchell with a wide-open field scores the touchdown from 80 yards out. Yeah, I'm tired of watching that. And late in the fourth, just in case there was any doubt, leave it to senior back Dooley Beaver. Ooh, what a name.
Leave it to the
wrap
Beaver.
This one up. Golden Beavers with a big old red bow. North Branch ends the Hunters' winning streak with a commanding 47-12 win. Yeah, that one does deserve a big
ouch.
bow.
But hey, now we head to Hermantown, where the Hawks went to battle against the Wolverines from Rock Ridge. First possession for those Wolverines Quarterback Jacob Coombe lets it fly, but Hermantown's junior Landon Berg comes up and makes the big INT. Hawks take over in enemy territory. They'd march right down the field, and then sophomore running back Martin Sleen hits the edge and extends the ball over the goal line for 6. Hermantown takes that early lead. Now in the second quarter, up by 14, senior quarterback Alex Schott looks at the radar, finds his target, hits lock on, and boom, a perfect strike to Landon Berg, setting up the Hawks for another rushing touchdown. And speaking of a rushing touchdown, just under 2 minutes to go in the half, and Martin Sleen is loose again, wheeling and dealing his way through the Rock Ridge defense. See ya, wouldn't wanna be ya. I got one 87 yards later, and it's 28-0 Hawks. Hermantown continues to cruise in that second half. They improved to 4-1 on the season with a 42-12 win over the Wolverines. And elsewhere across Minnesota, in the 9-man ranks, there's no typos here. The Mountain Iron Buell Rangers, they simply do whatever they want on Friday night. They moved to 4-0 with an 87-0 shutout win. And their neighbors, the undefeated Cherry Tigers, they also win again in shutout fashion, 41-0 over Little Fork Big Falls. Up in Hibbing, the Blue Jackets got blanked by the Pequot Lakes Patriots to a tune of 56-0, while the 3-0 International Falls Broncos, hey Bass, they're now 4-0. One of the last undefeated teams in our area. They win 39-36 over Crosby Ironton.
As for the teams in Wisconsin, out in Chippewa Falls, the Spear Spartans fell 54-27 to the Cardinals. As for Jovan Kroll and his Northwestern Tigers, they picked up a massive 51-15 road win over the Barron Golden Bears, handing them their very first loss of the season. Well, Daniel Chirielli, that's week 5. I feel like I want to start Skol.
Well,
what do you think?
We're talking about that, I'd have to run and go get my cheese head from the sports office. But no border battle tonight, no NFL talk. We'll leave that for Sunday. But we do have